back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Angela. I'm in Central Mississippi, Zone 8B. And as you can see, back today, we're back out in the garden. We have a couple of chores we need to take care of. The main one is going to be getting some of my, uh, sorry, flies bite. So it's super hot here and the flies are moving. It's just crazy. And they do bite when they land on you. So anyway, the main one that we're going to be working on is getting my squash staked up because the vine borers have just kind of been relentless here this year. So I'm going to get them pruned back real good. Go ahead and harvest some of my squash and zucchinis that are on them and get them staked where they're growing straight up. I have a couple of posts that I'm going to be staking them up with. I don't have enough for all of my squash plants just yet, but I have ordered some more so that I can make some more stakes, and I will get the rest of them when I can, but I just definitely need to get the bigger ones done today. And then also we will be I needed to lay some more fabric down, some more the black mesh fabric that's down here, that this fabric that's on the ground. I need to lay some more down on the other side of this tomato bed, because I'm going to go ahead and get that area prepped and ready for new garden beds. But in the meantime, I'm going to make an area for me to move all of my fabric pots to and put them under one shade cloth. I'm actually going to be taking this shade cloth down and moving it and putting them under there. And then I have a longer shade cloth that I will be moving to this area. And I'll go ahead and I'll video all of that and just bring you along as I do it. So come on, let's get started. Alrighty, this is going to be the first one that I'm going to go ahead and get staked up. But the very first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and harvest this zucchini. I just grab it and twist, and it breaks off rather easily. We like them young and small, just because they're a little more tender. The seeds aren't as big, so this is perfect size for my family for eating. So I got that done. Let's just set it to the side in a shady spot for the moment. And then now I'm going to find the base of my plant, which is right here. Let me see if I can bring you in a little closer to show you. All right, let me zoom in a little bit. All right, that is the base of my plant right there, right here in the very center. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drive a stake down into the ground right there near it. Then I will prune everything up and we'll hook it to the stake. So, and then you'll see I'm just using a simple stake, wooden stake. That's what I use. Some people use wooden PVC pipe, conduit, electric conduit, things like that. I'm just using a little, I think this is like a 1x1 piece of stake. And my plan is just to drive it about maybe a foot or two into the ground, just so it's nice and sturdy and can withhold the pressure from the plant. All right, so that's done. Now I'm going to go ahead and get this pruned up, and I'm going to prune up to my first female flower here. So let's see. Pull these out as I go. Alrighty. So what this is going to do, this is going to open up space for the other plants that are planted around this. But it's also going to give me more, well, it'll give me less space to look over for vine borers. Cut that off of there. For the vine borer eggs. So it's going to give me less space to look over for that. And then it's also going to open it up just a little bit more so that I can see the eggs a little better. Alrighty. Okay. Let's see. There's that one. There. Alright. There we go. And then this one. Okay. Alrighty, so that's all done. Now, I just have some little zip ties that came with something that I never really will probably use. So I'm just going to use these. Just take this up. Oh, let's see here. Got a couple more. Some on the smaller side. Need to come off. When you do this, you want to make sure you get as close to possible to the stem so that you can get them cut up. There we go. All right. Okay, there we go. Now let me go ahead and get this first set staked up. Oh, it looks like it may not fit. Let me see here. Yeah, that ain't gonna fit. So let me put two of these together. Alright, yeah, my zip ties ain't quite long enough, so I'm just gonna hook two of them together. I have plenty of these, so I'm not worried about that. Alrighty, so here we go. Okay, there we go. There we go. That's all done. And then I have enough stock so I can put one more set. Alright. So now I'm going to do is go up a little bit higher. And we're going to put one more set. I'm going to try not to hit any of the fruit that is fruiting now or any of the stalks that are fruiting now. Go right about there. There we go. Okay. All right. And it looks kind of harsh on the plant, but eventually the plant will get the picture and it will start growing straight up as opposed to over on its side like it is right now. So this is just temporary that it's going to look like this and lay into the side. So there, we are all done with this one. We're going to go ahead and move over to the other bed, and I'll put you on a time lapse as I kind of move through those. Alrighty, guys, we got those couple jobs done. We got the squash all staked up, pruned back, and we went ahead and got one zucchini and one squash, yellow crookneck squash off of those plants. And then we went ahead and got the shade cloth set up back here, and I went ahead and turned this into a fabric pot area. So I have most of my fabric pots here. I still have a few spread throughout the garden, but most of them are right here. These are going to be some of my bigger plants. I have some tomatoes, my tomatillos, my shampoo ginger, a bush variety cucumber. I'm going to have a sugar baby watermelon, no, a crimson, is it a crimson delights, it's some type of watermelon. I have it planted. The seeds haven't popped up yet, but I have that, and then I also have a um, another cantaloupe plant and some flowers in the pots that don't have anything in them just yet. And then I have some tomatoes and then the peppers that were back this way. So all those are set back here. All this is done. The only thing left that I have to do is I have to get the shade cloth that's on top of this greenhouse. Since I'm going to be taking down my hoop house, that shade cloth will come back over into this area here where I had the smaller one. So that will cover this whole area once I am done with that. But I'll have that for another day. We're supposed to get up to the 90s this week. So in doing that, I'll definitely go ahead and get that shade cloth up, just because those squash plants were used to the shade. Well, some of them was, some of them wasn't. But everything's looking great. It's a little bit of a shock on the squash plants back here in the back, the ones that I staked up. They're just a little bit of a shock. So that's one of the reasons that they're laid over. But I'm not worried about them. I'll give them a day or two. They'll bounce right back. And everything else in the garden is pretty much doing great. We had a thunderstorm come through the past 2 nights in a row. So we have had that going on. And then yeah, that's really about it. So my tomatoes have kind of doubled in size overnight because of those thunderstorms. Because if you didn't know, lightning actually improves the nutrients in the rainwater as it's coming down. It adds something extra to it. I can't remember what it is. I'll put it on the screen when I'll look it up and put it on the screen. But I do know it adds something extra to it. So it is better when it's lightning. While it's raining, it's better for your plants. And trust me, these tomatoes behind me here in this bed, I had to pin them up yesterday, and it looks like I'm gonna have to pin them up again either by tomorrow or the next day, because they're already up about 3 more inches just overnight, which is just crazy. So the other thing we have going on, we have Rosie and my son Hugo is right here. They're planting um, peanuts. Yeah. I had to think about it for a minute. They're getting the peanuts planted. I was going to do vine sweet potatoes there, but in the end, I decided not to. We don't eat a whole lot of sweet potatoes. So, y'all, he's here for a hot 5 minutes and he's like, I eat sweet potatoes. Potatoes. Anyway, well, like I said, we don't eat a whole lot of them for the people that live here on a normal basis. Y'all, he's about to graduate from college, and then he'll be out kind of doing his own thing, getting his way in life at the moment. So, well, anyway, so they're planting the peanuts. On the other side of that, I do have the bush variety of sweet potatoes there. They are actually starting to get new leaves on them, so those are coming along really, really nicely. So I have, I think there's 7 plants there, so 7 plants. We should get a couple of sweet potatoes off of that. And like I said, that's going to be just enough for my family because we don't eat a whole lot of that. We eat more of the regular potatoes as opposed to the sweet potatoes. And y'all, I'm going to go ahead and apologize. My face is red. It is hot. It is muggy, and it's very, very humid today. And tomorrow we're supposed to be into the 90s. So we got all of that done. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for today, because I do know I need to come out in the next couple of days and harvest some carrots because they're starting to get some really nice shoulders on them. And then I need to do another harvest of celery. And I think by the time that I do that, I will end up having more of the squash and zucchini that I will need to harvest as well. And then I've also have jalapenos that I'm going to need to be harvesting here pretty soon, as you can see that right there. So I have several plants that have that like that. I've been harvesting a kind of a nonstop. Uh, well, not harvesting. I've been coming out to the garden, and as I'm working, I'm eating the strawberries. And then my onions are getting to that point where they're bulbing up really nicely. So
I am going to apologize. I just now realized that I knocked my microphone off, but I was just letting you know that my onions have already started to bulb up and they're starting to fall over and kind of die back. So I'm starting to harvest those as I go. And just throughout my garden, I'm harvesting things as they get ready. And again, I just thank you for everything and thank you for making it this far through the video. And from my garden to yours, happy gardening.